Hey guys, Namaste and welcome to our YouTube channel Tutor Pratik. On today's CSS session, we are going to learn about overlapping elements by using the Index property. As on our previous session, we learned about the position property. And by using the position property, we can position any of the HTML elements in various locations of our web page. And these all four divs are position fixed and almost near to each other. So these div elements got overlap to each other. So when the div elements got overlap to each other, we may need some functions for making order for our div elements, that which div elements should be in the front and which will be on the back side. So in this session, we are going to learn how to order these overlapping elements in CSS. So without skipping the video, please watch the video till end. And before we start, if you still haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell button that it will be notified whenever we publish our new session videos. So let's start today's session. When elements are positioned, they can overlap other elements. That's why in CSS we have the Index property, which specifies the stack order of an element, which elements should be placed in the front of or behind of the other. An element can have a positive or negative stack orders. For example, if we want this div1, which is of a red background color, have to bring in front of our all div, we can give a property Index, and on the value of this Index, it accepts positive or negative value, which arranges our div elements according to its Index value. For now, to bring our div1 element, that is this red background color div, in the front of our div elements, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4 div elements, and we have to bring our first div elements just after this 3 div elements, so we can give the value 3. Now, after giving the value Index 3 for the div1, we can see that our div1 element has come in front of our all divs. Similarly, if we want this div2, which has the green background color, have to place just behind of this red color but in front of this orange color, we can give the Index value for div.2 class Index 2, which makes our div.2 class will bring 2 steps from its position. That means one position is blue and 2 position is orange. So when we give the value 2, our green div will be come in front of these 2 elements. Here we can see that the green div.2 element is just behind of our red div and in front of the blue and orange div. Similarly, we can just change the value of this Index, like again if I change the value Index 3 for our div2, we can see that our green div, that is div.2 class, has came in front of all of the div. Similarly, let's give some Index for our div.3, Index 1. Now we can see that after giving the Index value 1, the div.3 element, which has the blue color, has came one step in front of its element. Similarly, as default, we can see that the orange div, that is div.4, is on the top of all the other divs. So if you want to make this div on the back side of all of the divs, we can give a Index value in a negative number like -1, which makes our div.4 goes one step backside. In this way, by using this Index value, we can give either a negative value or a positive value, which makes order of our HTML elements that are overlapped to each other. If you want to make any div elements that always be on the front of all of the other HTML elements, For that condition, you can just give the z-index value to the highest number like 1000, which makes our div.1 element will be front of the other overlapped 1000 elements. So normally we don't have that amount of overlap elements. That's why the div.1 class will be always remains on the front of all other elements. And similarly, if you want to make this div.1 always remains on the backside of all the other elements, just make the negative value, which makes our div.1 class will remains always on the backside of 1000 overlapped HTML elements. By using this z-index, we can also arrange the other text elements. Let's have one example of overlapping a text over an image. Here at first I added one h1 element and after that I added one image. So on our browser we can see that our heading 1 text is behind of our image. Due to this overlapping, the text of heading 1 is difficult to read. So to make this text in front of this image, on our image we can use the z-index value to -1. So by using this negative value of -1 z-index for the image, the h1 text heading comes in front of the image. So by using negative or positive values for the z-index property for any of the HTML elements, we can arrange the overlapping HTML elements as per our requirement. That's all for today. We will come back soon with another CSS session. Until then, take care, goodbye.